Lakini grasha mengi unapenda tu kuniita ukiwa hewani. Sasa hiyo ni nini? Sawa, sis kuambia tu kitu in confidence. Yes, we had talked about brushing teeth for like 6 minutes, but that was information passed on to me. How I would not make this up. Mnaniambia niko na time. So far, when the rest of the country is doing very big things while is still brushing her teeth, gosh, it's just right. But anyway, guys, please make sure you have your oral hygiene is on top, yeah? Yes, hashtag is Y in the morning. My name is Valentine or at Kalamival. Now, if I was a DJ and I was playing today, I would introduce this topic with one or of two songs or just both of them because they kind of both make me happy. So the first one will be by the Biebs, yeah, I'm sorry. And number 2 would be Taras Riley. A sorry is a sorry word. Yani utashinda tu kiniambia I'm sorry. Na pastanganga pia kwe, by the way. Pastanganga kweli. Nabii, wacha nikumbuke mwenye tuambianga it's the internet. I am not sorry. Ni nani? Yeah. Okay, I'm on the right track. But what we're going to do is talking about a sorry today. So how can you tell if the sorry is genuine or if it's just let's get this over with? Sorry, pole bas, pole nani. So we're going to do a couple of reads of social media and we will start with FB. Nimetoka kuambiwa sahi na sasa kuambia ni nani. Nimeambia FB ni ya wazee. Basa tufaye nini na hapo ndio mko wengi. So let's do this at Y254 Facebook, Y254 channel on X, Y254 _ channel on the gram. Now we have Hillary Imbai says, look at the way. So the question is, how can you tell if someone is being very genuine with their sorry or if they're not? Look at the way he or she is bringing out the sorry word. The body language is more important, plus utajua tu if you know the person well. Now I'm just going to peruse through these and then we'll come back and take them apart. So Leila says, not really genuine. Watu ushasema it's not genuine. Yo, kama mkona experience, by the way, please also slide into our wall or in our DM. I'd really like to hear. Daniel Gitonga says, the way people treat you before you accomplish great things will teach you a lot. Morris Jacob Makoha, first usalimike, nimekumiss. Mimi kama Valentine, I've missed you, Morris Makoha. Watching from Namushia Cabras. Hillary Mbai again. Mimi naye ukini introduce kwenu alafu tuachane, nitaendelea kukuja, siwezi poteza familia nzima juu ya kidudu muto. Wow, okay, all right. I think I've already read all these messages. So as we continue, we have Valentino Jesh says, I'm in. Mr. GAMK, utajifanya emotional, hata wao watakuwa emotional, but don't try if you two are men. Nifafanulia hapa please. I'd really like to understand what's going on there. Juliet wa OG ametuwekea tuka emoji. It is the think emoji, so she's thinking about it 3 times. Daniel Gitonga says, the way people teach you, I'm reading this again, before you accomplish great things will teach you a lot. Maybe we should start with you, Daniel Gitonga. Ni kama umetoka deep. This has come from somewhere. But before we get into all of that, remember how to interact with us. It's at Y254 on everything. Facebook, Instagram, X, and them hashtag of the day is Y in the morning. Now, without further ado, we allow our very beautiful panelists to say hello, and then we get into the conversation. Na mutinda najua tu naashwa tu kuniambia vitu, so when DM do at least nitumie sauti yangu on your behalf, all right? Good morning, ladies.
Good
How
morning.
you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Mnakaa vizuri bwana.
Thank you.
George,
Awesome
good job.
too.
Oh, thank you. All right, I'll start with you.
Okay.
What is your good name? How can we find you on social media?
Okay, my name is Yvette Mora, and I am a psychology enthusiast who's currently pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Banking and Finance. I'm a recovering people pleaser and a certified overthinker. You can find me or catch me on Instagram. You can catch me on Instagram at definitely Yvette, DEF_full_YVETTE. Yes, it is lovely.
That had so much pizzazz. I don't even know the take or add away from it. But funny, I was just telling baby girl when we started the conversation today on the show that I am a recovering understanding girlfriend,
understanding friend,
yeah, understanding
there,
friend, very recovering. So me, I'm not understanding anymore.
We have
guys.
so much in common, I tell you.
We will get into this shortly, but I am not going to be I've refused to understand. Sawa. And Miss Ma'am, what's your name?
Oh, hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Njanu Blanche. I'm a student. I'm also working, and I'm currently nurturing a small baby, a business. Yeah. So all the way from Rongai.
Simba iko wapi?
Acha wachana na Simba. Those are our friends.
Acquaintances.
Okay.
Subaru kidogo.
I did not see that coming, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, so we have them as our new friends.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What do you study?
I'm doing corporate management at Corporate University.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my first year.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
very composed for a first year.
Me too.
Yeah. You're a first year also?
Yes.
Very composed. I was very confused in my first year. Don't ask me many questions, but just take this what I'm telling you. I was very confused as a first year. Very confused. Yo, all right. Let's get into it. Do you say sorry?
I do say sorry.
Ya ukweli.
Yeah, ukweli, but for a while now I've been struggling with it. Yeah, until I came to realize you have to first acknowledge the mistake that you did. It used to come hard because ego, pride and everything, but I had to work my way out of it over time. Yeah, so I do say sorry. Yes.
Do you say sorry?
Yes, I do, and I genuinely apologize with the right tone and the right emotions.
I'm really glad you're saying the key things here. So what is the right tone? What is the right tone?
For me, sorry, just like you said, referring from the song, sorry is just a word, but what gives it meaning is the tone that you actually use and the emotions that you actually bring to it. You really need to look apologetic. You need to take accountability for whatever you are apologizing. But I do say sorry. I'm surrounded by people who actually just brush off and like you just get over it.
Wow.
Like parents have quite a unique way of saying sorry. Like my mom, it's hard for her to actually apologize, and I think it's something with their generation actually. They kind of get their way out of that particular situation just to avoid saying sorry. Yeah, so I don't know if there is. Does your mom actually apologize?
Okay, one thing I appreciate that woman, shout out to her, is
She says sorry?
She does say sorry. So I grew up in an environment where, okay, this is a funny story, actually quite interesting. We used to have this conversation, these discussions. Once somebody has wronged you, whether I did something wrong or she did something wrong, we'd have a sit down and talk about it. So growing up, I was never caned, but I was talked out of my mistakes. So she'd call me and tell me, Yvette, we said we're not using those words in this house. So go take them back wherever you found them and tell them they're not accepted here. And if she must have said something before people and I didn't like it, I'll be quick to say, oh, Mom, there's something you said about me before your sisters and my aunties or my aunties, and I don't quite appreciate it. And she'll say, oh, that was just a slip of the tongue, I'm sorry.
This is an actual life conversation happening in an African household.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. I was quite privileged. I thank God for that.
Wow. Ati, she said she was never caned. She was talked out.
Oh my God.
Okay. Even before we get to any other stories, let me tell you something. Nilipigwa, we were even talking about how there were phases of being beaten. Unapigwa na huli, unaendelea kupigwa. In fact, unapigwa zaidi because why are you not crying? Why are you not sorry?
Umekuwa kichwa ngumu.
Bas. Na ukipigwa alafu tena unalia sana, unajifanya. Why? So jamani.
Uncle pro parents.
Hata naweza take just anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
so my mother clearly does not know how to apologize. She
But
has
you
her
can.
ways, just not saying it out loud.
Yeah.
But I think my grandmother is a better example because yes, akona maringo ya hiyo kitambo. Like akuambie sorry, how?
They believe they are not actually supposed to apologize. I think.
No. She'll feel you'll see huyu anajua amefanya makosa.
But I push back to
Ataniita tu jikoni aanze tu kunipatia chakula for no absolute reason. That's her sorry. I know umekula. Why haven't you eaten and there's so much food? Ebu mpatie. That's her saying she's sorry.
There's another one they say, they beat you and then they're like, nani amekuchapa?
And then you put okay, there was a classic one. Si bebe nimechapa
Ni makosa. Yo, why is sorry so hard for Africa? And does this translate into now the relationships we have with each other as friends? Like same gender, let's say same sex relationship, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, same sex relationship. So if you have a brother or a sister or just the friends you choose, family that you choose, friends that's So does that translate to how we tell people sorry? For example, nikuja nimekukanyaga by mistake. We si mbona in fact umeka mguu hapo hata sikwambii sorry. Makosa ni yangu but sikwambii sorry. Why?
Okay, so one thing I'd like to say about that is, okay, considering how I was raised, it gave me this confrontational outlook towards things. So anytime I clash with my friends, I feel like it is good for me to talk about it. Jumi siwezi nyamaza, wacha niongee initoke. Yeah, so if, for example, you have stepped on my feet, if at the moment I did not manage to tell you, I don't like the way you have stepped on my feet, you have actually hurt my feet, I'll wait for the right timing. And something about, now that we're talking about sincere apologies, it's timing. Sometimes it is not apologizing at the moment, or like talking about the issue at the moment, but later on when things have actually cooled down. Yes.
Reflection.
Yes.
So unaweza kosa kusema I'm sorry just because it's just a heat of the moment. Unataka kwanza utulie, lakini watu tunatulia kwanza tunafikiria. Nimeona hii meme ati there are other women and then there are Kenyan women. Si uniue, si ufanye nini like, lakini hata hiyo kusema I'm sorry. Nataka kusema niue. How are you feeling about I'll come to the generational point because you said, you know, a generation. Now, I'm having a very unique situation in, that's nijitumie kama example. So, kwa ploti, sana I know the children more than I know my actual neighbors, but si bote tu ni ma neighbor. So this alpha, I'm dealing with generation alpha. Alpha is 15 years and below. Hata 15 ni mingi, 12, 13 years and below. Alpha, ukimkosea, atakwambia by the way, umenikosea, mi sijafurahi. And then now you have to start saying, me with my big age. Sasa mtoto anakuja kwanza kwangu. But mi ndo nasema sorry. Have you found yourself trying to change for a generation or just trying to be better just for the sake of peace?
Yeah, of course. When you speak of generations and the topic that you're talking about, apologizing, inakuja from our parents where like totally they have their unique ways of apologizing to us who maybe would actually be down to it. We are apologizing for something and we are taking accountability, and then there's this generation whereby like they are having a whole conversation with you. They are making your like themselves like they are making it known that umenikosea, this is how I feel about it. It's actually something that it's quite positive to express yourself. At least you are moving towards a time whereby we are able to express ourselves and to actually make it known how we actually feel. And yeah, so basically it's a good, like finding a kajen alpha kanakwambia umenikanyaga and then taking you through how wana feel. Like ni kama wameanza fundishwa emotional
intelligence.
Yes. And that's actually good. Ni ngumu sana uanze ku like manipulate that like particular generation. Ni ngumu sana like to get under their skin through emotions. They are already aware, they know how to like respond, how to like defend themselves non-aggressively. like through their voice. Yeah, it's quite impressive.
The same kind of question along the generational lines. Now I want to expand it to include race. So I know someone who na alikuwa tu huko juzi. He's technically, he's not African American, he's black American. Hata unaona venye wazungu sometimes wanashikwangwa na sijui nini, I don't know what kind of, I don't know if it's a crisis or just need for identity. They start looking from what parts of Africa they came from. Oh, 90% sijui Nigerian, 2% sijui yeah. He's not like that at all. He's not like that. He's American na ni mweusi na hivyo ndio najua. So for him, he came to Kenya. Na ananiuliza, why are you guys so nice to these people, even old people? If they do something wrong, siwaambie. Unaona vile unaniangalia hata mimi niko, hey, fear of the Lord, fear of the Lord. I'm like, yes, but why aren't you calling them out? Why are you being nice to someone just because akona miaka mingi ama akona miaka kidogo? Deal na yeye kama mtu. So how does saying sorry, imagine saying sorry for standing up for yourself, because I guess that's what he's trying to mean.
Okay. So there's a quote that says, stupid people grow old too. So therefore, let us like do away with the whole mentality that if somebody is old,
that means
they're absolutely right.
Or mature.
They're or mature for that matter. Yeah. So I think a way to deal with it. Oh, pardon the question.
Kind of just how to deal with someone who has this. Now imagine huyu mtu nipatane anasumbua na shosho. Maybe shosho alikuwa on the wrong and not my particular grandmother, just grandmother. Si tumesema hivyo ni Kikuyu. Focus.
Okay.
Okay. So just an older person. So would I be ashamed? Would I enter the conversation? Would I say sorry on his behalf? Like what are we expecting there?
Okay, looking back at the way we've grown up, tumegrow up tukiambiwa, if an old person tells you something, that is the truth. Sindo, you need to respect them. You need to, there's this picture we grew up being told, unaona. So I think that is what brings about where we are holding back when it comes to calling out older people. But I'm not dispelling the fact that while doing so, we need to be respectful about it, because also with age there comes with so many things and understanding. Not that they are right, but with understanding and their exposure to the world. Yeah, so exposure to the world. So with that, I would say it is good to call them out, but we should also consider the respect factor. Yes.
Okay. What do you think of the same thing? Is it okay to call someone, hey, nataka kusema baba yako hadi hiyo nimejishtua. So mzazi akikosea, are you now able to say, excuse me, usiniongeleshe hivyo?
Not exactly with that tone. Kumbuka nyumbani sheria. Baba yako, mama yako. You want to lecture your parent.
You want to compete with us.
You want to show me si kwenda shule wewe ndio ulienda.
Wewe ndio unajua sana.
Umemea pembe.
And pembe actually. That will call you an entire family meeting actually. But we're seeing like progress, at least our parents tumeanza ku-embrace new things. Tumeanza ku-embrace new bonding with our parents. Tumeanza ku-embrace conversations that weren't actually there before. I remember on the issue, wanapenda kuwa sana like kutumia that the caste thing, of which made me feel like it only exists in Africa. I have cousins who live abroad and their mom is not Kenyan, and I actually see them having conversations that you're talking about today. On the you have the free will to talk to your parent and tell him or her how you actually feel about a certain issue. Hapa kwetu mzazi aambiangwe kitu. Mzazi ni mzazi. Unataka kumpatia pressure.
High BP.
You want to risk kulaniwa. Gen Alpha itatuokoa. Itatumediate. Kwa sababu like Gen Alpha ni age group gani?
From 2012.
From 13, 12 downwards.
Yeah, like I'm 28. If I had a child, huyo ni Gen Alpha.
Yeah,
Huyo ndiye sasa ataleta mediation between me and my mom. Shosho hajasema sorry. Shosho hujasema sorry. So you're like, we are now having that like akiambia shosho yake hajasema pole, shosho yake atajua ni mimi amekosea na anafaa kusema pole. Yeah, so not necessarily ikuje kutoka kwangu, but there's someone like making them realize they actually,
you're even waiting kuzaa ndo mtoto aambie hey.
Okay, that was just an example.
But I've understood that thought process and I really get where it's coming from. But
yeah.
That is a whole, that is hey, hapo tumecheza safe sana.
But on that note, I'd also like to say we cannot wait for Gen Alpha to come in and mediate between us. These are some of the conversations we need to start having even in our friend groups, in our different setups, in our families. Like, how are we supposed to go about these issues? Because as human beings, at one point we might meet at loggerheads. It is inevitable. So how are we going to deal with it? Even in relationships, in friendships, in families. We shouldn't wait for another generation to come and solve the issues. We are the generation we've been waiting for. We are the change. We are the change we've been seeking. Yes.
Another example I use of leo nimewapenda. I'm using myself, but maybe it's because there have been so many instances and opportunities to say sorry and whether I took them or not, that's not why we're here today, okay? So last week I was presented with a very unique conversation. As in, unaona venye unajaribu kuongea na mtu, in your mind you're not intending, and then this is a very high intensity job. That some jobs lazima kukwetu na friction because there's no time bana. Nakwambia we should give you a behind the scenes when we from 5 4 3 2 things happen at all the wrong times. Has everything just ever once just gone wrong, but you still have to continue? You're just winging it. But anyway, so assume you're in a very intense situation, and now you're here with this person, and you're using all your brain cells. Sijui kama unaelewa, you've used all of them. Like unajaribu, Kenya nasema inanikasirisha, lakini sitaki kumjibu kama nimejam, but I must say, sitaki kuongeleshwa hivi. I'm another recovering people pleaser. That means no boundaries. You can do what you want because I have allowed you to. Na nimi kasirika, you're not entitled to tell me sorry because see, I have no boundaries. Kuna shida ingine hapo, boundaries. So I set my boundaries, and later I felt kind of bad about it. But I told myself I can do the right thing and it doesn't have to feel good. Because sasa siwezi kuambia I'm sorry na wewe ndio uko na makosa. Na tumekaa tu hivyo ngumu na naona tukiendelea kukaa tu ngumu because mimi sioni makosa nimefanya. If I had done something wrong, I would have said it. Have you found yourself in a position where you actually want to say you're sorry but hujakosea?
I've actually found myself in that situation. I actually said I'm sorry. But then a few days later, I'm sitting and thinking about it. I'm
Why
like,
are you sorry?
Hata nasema sorry kwa nini? Kwa nini mimi nimezima internet?
Why are you sorry?
Why am I sorry?
The internet is not
it's not me. Yeah, so that is, I want to say that I was a victim of an emotional manipulator. That is a very important thing we need to talk about today, emotional manipulation.
What does that sound like?
That is somebody subtly influencing you or taking control over you in a very subtle manner. Okay, so this is where somebody makes you feel like guilt-tripping you, invoking guilt in you. They are on the wrong, but for some reason you have to apologize for that. For you didn't do anything, but because they feel bad, you told them, you called them out, you have to apologize for that.
Wow.
Yes. So that is, let's just say you are a victim of emotional manipulation.
I'm sorry guys, and I'm not sorry. I'm not understanding anything. To understand. Sawa. Does repetition make a difference? For example, if I say I'm sorry, I did not say hi, just some random thing. Okay, let's just say I didn't say sorry for some reason or the other, and then you forgive me, and then tomorrow I do the exact same thing, but say I said I'm sorry, then I'll come back, I say I'm sorry again, by then I'm sorry. Kwani ujuangi jokes? Next week I'll find another way to do what I did before, na usikie vibaya, but sintasema I'm sorry.
Boundaries.
Expound.
Let me say something.
It's okay.
Just on that bit. I saw a quote the other day on social media saying that an apology without a change of behavior is manipulation. We can start from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you have said, someone doing it over and over, and
there's a special group of characteristics I am not inclined to. So, for example, someone is really mean, really mean, like mean for absolutely no reason, and they tell you it's their personality.
That is who I am. Niko hivyo.
Nilizaliwa hivyo. Kwetu tunakuanga tu
hivyo.
Excuse me?
Deal with it.
Kwenyu.
Very just mean, just doing unnecessarily mean things.
And we actually have those people in our lives. But Mimi, I'll stand my ground. And I have this strong character. I don't know kama imekuwa influenced na my environment, work, shule, and the people I hang around with. But Mimi, I'll call you out. I don't care how you feel about it. Kama kwenyu mnakuanga hivyo, it's okay. Nyinyi mkitaka kuendelea kwa hivyo kuedi hivyo. But jua umenikosea and I am not comfortable with that. Na uwezi niambia pole over an issue over and over again. Iyo pole for the second time ime lose meaning.
But umeambiwa sorry.
I remember I said a genuine apology, how it looks like. And maybe I should have added like you can't apologize on the same issue over and you're not making a change. The whole meaning of apologizing is taking accountability and like not bringing that particular scenario, if I may call it, ijirudie tena. Take it in relationships. You know, inakuanga tough. I have this person in my life. When you want to talk about something na yeye, they're always so quick to apologize. So you don't like unravel and talk about the situation, like why are you behaving like this? Why are you doing this? See, we talked about it. They're so fast to say, apologize. You can beat me when I'm down. You can't scare. I hope they are watching this. Manipulation. But for me, basically, huwezi ni apologize over and over about the same issue. There is no change. In fact, sasa wewe ni waku cut off.
Oh, wow.
Wewe sasa wewe bas.
Those memes are making me happy. All right, so we have said repetition. What if we come and say intensity? So how the sorry is delivered, okay? So for the first time, your boyfriend of how many years after you've invested, umembaya socks Valentine's, umefanya soft launch, hard launch, nini, for some reason akukose tu in whatever way, alafu akuje alie bana, apige magoti, aende live aseme huyu akiniacha ni hivyo, najimalizia tu hapa guys, please endeni imfikie, mwambieni I'm sorry. Send her flowers. Flowers ndo alikuwa na like, chocolate, sawa, mutumie. As intense as you want. But this person is not sorry. They're just sorry they were caught. You can be sorry, but you're just sorry because you're caught. So, how do you deal with that kind of sorry?
Okay, so let's talk about elements of an apology or a genuine apology for that matter. It should have specificity.
Yeah, you're good.
Is that the
It's
word?
You're good.
Specificity and accountability. This is somebody starting by I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? What are you sorry for? Because I'm sorry for somebody could say I'm sorry for how you felt. They're not sorry for what they did. They're just sorry for how you felt about what they did. They need to say I'm sorry for what they did. A small explanation. Where are you coming from? Why are you doing this to me? Acknowledge, take accountability and say, yes, I cheated on you. Yes, I lied to you about so and so. That is accountability. And now, in case they lost something, now there's compensation, but they need to be sensitive about it also. And people need to understand that by asking for forgiveness, you do not warrant forgiveness.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So you apologizing is just you taking accountability for your action, but me deciding to forgive you is a personal decision. So I don't think you might send me all the flowers in the world, all the cards in the world, go to live on every social media platform, but if you've not acknowledged, taken accountability for everything that you did, I don't think there's any room for conversation. Also, there's the whole thing about, now what will people say, because we had already put our relationship out there. Are we going to be the first people breaking up? It's okay. People meet, people break up. So we're not going to be the first people. It's okay. We were together, but we are not together anymore. Yes.
Hey, that's deep. You want to echo? You want to say something? Or you want
Mine
us
is to echo what Mwalimu was saying.
Mine is, I don't like, it's just, anyway.
Echo what the teacher has just said.
Yeah, now speaking in reality form, on the issue of the intensity, how you're actually apologizing, but maybe how far you're actually going, but you actually don't mean it. Relationships actually are like that. And it's a tricky situation because the both of you have actually a lot to maybe lose. Imagine building a relationship like a 5-year, 7-year relationship, and then someone is amekukosea alafu ana apologize, and then you're thinking all these things that you have to lose because of a certain issue maybe you don't want to let go. Pia hizo relationships ni interest. In my case, I'll look at a lot of factors. What can this apology get me?
Oh.
Yes, hapo I'll get it. But kama nime heal kwa crime scene, niko ready kupack na kwenda, that is actually the moment to do so. I'm looking like after my interest hapo because hata yeye, see, the person doesn't mean it. Yeye ako tu hapo like doesn't want to lose something that he feels that is essential to him in a certain way, but not in a way that wewe unataka ukwe important kwake. So to me.
Okay, I have a genuine question. Everyone elucidate there on what are you gaining from that apology?
Oh,
yes.
Actually, see, okay, it can be a house. People like, amenikosea na nimempata, amenifanyia hivi na hivi. This is the time to get that car, to get that home, to get that marriage, to solidify. People actually treasure hizo vitu over a healthy relationship.
So you've been caught cheating, but now that you've been caught, you want to say sorry, so now I will force you to marry me.
Haven't you seen such situations? I have experienced them. I have had friends who are actually like, it's the moment to get this person to solidify things so that I am called Mrs. Flani. Okay. It's the moment to get that car because dilimpata and like I have the cards.
Hey, the ball is in my court.
So ni wakati wa kupata what I want from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is my time to shine.
But I think it is very shallow, maybe my opinion, to want to solidify things with somebody who has just cheated or just hurt you in that kind of manner.
Although I can't believe that. There's someone I met the other day, aliniambia. Yeah, okay, this is the guy telling me, but basically what he's telling me is his girlfriend has caught him cheating so many times, imebidi wahame pamoja. That was what...
Ndasikuwe tempted.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is you have been... Hey! You've been cheating so much now, auntie. So, acha nikuje nichunge mali yangu.
But I don't think we should be basing our arguments on what people are doing, because people are doing crazy stuff out here. So people are doing crazy stuff out here for whatever reasons they have. But where's the bar, guys? Where's the bar?
That one.
Where's the
It
bar?
started with low.
They actually
low.
say that, but the reality form of it to have people doing crazy things out here.
Juu niseme niko na moto. We, okay. Sawa basi.
Self-respect.
Out
of the window.
Yo, it never existed. That one didn't even live. It was never there.
But the heart wants what it wants.
Where? The heart kazi ni kupump damu. Please. Function of heart is to pump blood. Leave the rest to the brain, okay? Sawa. Yay, way. Okay, now second last example maybe I'll use. Now, this I will extend grace to the particular circumstance. So what if you're in the talking stage, you're getting to know someone, and I am coming to test a theory as I'm living this life. Uchokoze mtu bwana. So ujue tempa yake inafika hadi wapi. Do it with some decorum. Chokoza ukiwa mbele yatu uone venye itakuwa. Chokoza tu kidogo. Just see how far. Usikuje siku moja ukutwe.
You're like, I did not know you were
I didn't see the signs. Look for them signs, my guy.
You see them.
Yeah, so I'm testing this theory. So opposite apparently was true. So someone was testing a theory on me.
On you.
Na sipendi kupimwa. Napenda kupimana, lakini sipendi kupima. Kama unataka kunipima, please do it in a way and fashion that I will not know.
Be smart about it.
That's all a girl needs, man. That's all a girl wanted. So Morio ananitest. Kwanza amenitest siku 2. So by the time anarudi sasa tunaongea, akasema kitu ikanitrigger. Then I just asked, so you did this on purpose? Hadi nikamwekea sticker. Kwanza nikajishika hivi. You did this on purpose?
Wow.
And instead of just saying yes, junita kushika, hapa hakuna vile una escape. Just say yes, I'm sorry, tuendelee. Said gaslighting me, no, I didn't do it on purpose. I'm like, okay, sir, wacha mimi nikushow. Since I'm again now having things to do, being productive, baby girl, is important. Kutafuta, we tafuta. So si mimi nimetafuta nikamsahau. Akarudi, I said I'm sorry. No, you did not say you're sorry. You did not say. But the sentence ilianza na I said I'm sorry. So why are you still mad? Sijui what. Na hizi vitu zote before nilikuwa nimemwambia I am not mad, I'm setting a boundary. So if it looks like I'm being aggressive, pole, maybe you've never seen what a boundary looks like because hatujuani. We don't know each other like that, and I'm telling you, do not overstep here. Sasa huyo tutamwambia aje? Jo amenikujia na I told you I'm sorry. No, you did not say you were sorry. You assume, I think, that you're sorry. You have not said it. And now you're accusing me of not believing you're sorry. Na hukuniambia. Sasa hapo, surely, hata kama ingekuwa ni nyinyi, cousins.
Siku rahisi.
Never talk to me. What would you do in that situation?
Actually, I said I'm sorry.
Yani umedefend ukiattack. You have not told me you're sorry.
No, like you're telling me I said I am sorry.
Why are you still mad?
Why are you entitled to like forgiveness? Shouldn't it come from me like voluntarily? That person is not sorry.
They're not na.
But let me tell you something about kitu nimeobserve na emotional awase wana manipulate mse. They're the biggest cowards.
For real?
Ebu try to push that conversation kidogo. If they won't result to basi kama uoni kama tunaweza enda like place, they threaten you with calling it quits. Ama they tell you ama niende if you're like having a physical conversation na yeye. Ama niende like that withdraw. They'll threaten you with that. But the minute you're like yeah, unaweza enda.
Bye.
I don't like you acknowledge feel like this person is not sorry, no mwambie you have pushed them to the wall. They'll come crawling like a kitten ambaye imenyeshewa.
What would you do in this situation?
First thing, that is a manipulator. Like a good friend of mine used to tell me they manipulate people because they care about them. But that is not up for discussion.
Wow.
That is some strong. Hey, wewe. So anyway, so this person, basically what they're doing, they're blame shifting. So they don't want to take accountability of what they did. that they were trying to test you, a good person or somebody who wants who wants to build something with you would acknowledge that, okay, this is what I did. I was trying to see how you would react in a certain situation. And since you never took it lightly, or you never understood it from my point, I decided so you took offense. Yeah, he should have apologized at that moment. So for him to disappear all that while and then remember, oh, by the way, there's that girl I was trying to test some time back. And unajua, assuming that he apologized and getting mad because he never apologized actually, but getting mad because you don't forgive him or you're still holding on to what he did to you. I don't know, that is a narcissist. Okay, a narcissistic character. Yeah, so I think how you can deal with such a person is actually calling them out on what they're doing. Say that you're blame shifting. This is what you did. And also, while you're doing that, don't do it in the heat of the moment. Like, he's throwing words, you're throwing words, throwing hands. No, what you do, throwing hands. No, you have to call him out and say, what you're doing is blame shifting. And you have to acknowledge the fact that you never apologized. And therefore, and even if you did, you shouldn't feel entitled to my forgiveness, because that is for me to decide. That is for me to decide. So, yeah, that is basically what you would have done, or what I would have done in that situation. Yes.
All right. So as we come to a conclusion with this conversation, it's a big one, and I feel like we can take it apart a little bit more. But as we come to a conclusion, assuming all sorries have been said with protocol observed, sawa, like what your story was, you delivered it properly, it went into a receiving heart. So now, what about forgiveness? Who does forgiveness help? Wewe mwenye umenikosea ama mimi? And do we have to forgive? Is it must when someone says they're sorry that we forgive?
I think it depends with the kind of a person that you are. And emotional intelligence is a key. Like, you need to be able to identify and like know how you're actually feeling, validate how you're actually feeling, and then come down to maybe forgiveness. There are people who, I don't know if you've come across people who like hold on to that grudge, and it makes them feel so nice, like it kind of feeds something inside.
Wow.
I will never.
Nice. Really?
I will never forgive this person. But for me, I hate feeling awful. Like, I hate carrying a burden in me. That's not who I am. So I might actually forgive you and not tell you about it. Yeah, I'm like, that situation I'm done with. Mimi nimemsamehe, sitambeba, and I can like have a civil conversation with that person, like, but not on the level that we were. Yeah, so it depends with who you are. I think forgiveness heals thyself rather than the other person. You can forgive someone and not like talk to that person ever again. You don't actually have to go to that person and tell them, I've forgiven you, I've set you free, and whatever and whatever.
To post here social media.
Forgive, and out of sight, out of mind, just deal with yourself. And sometimes it's not even about the other person. Sometimes we forgive ourselves for things that we like put ourselves through.
That was so deep. Unataka kunichanganya tukienda kumaliza.
So forgiveness like can be towards a certain person or towards yourself. And some issues are like, I just forgive myself for allowing myself to be to put myself in a certain situation, or that kind of a particular situation.
But you didn't know. That's why I think you should always extend yourself grace. If you find yourself in a very weird situation, and it could not have been avoided, as in hakuwa na steps, ukijua vizuri sana it was a first time experience, second time, or if you could just not have taken, just forgive yourself, my guy. Now I want you to talk to me about forgiving yourself, but before that, why do we constantly hear this I need closure thing? Oh, I broke up with him. Sasa acha nioge nivae vizuri, niende nikamtese ndo nikamwambia. Kwanza uka closure kana kuanga na one last time for
another last time.
Guys, another one. Like DJ Khaled, huh? What's the constant need for closure? Atisa lazima nikutext nikupigie. Oh, I have to make some grand. Nowadays tunaziandika press briefing, my guys. Brands are being affected. Akina nani would break up. Oh, my brand, my people, I'm sorry. We will use the right channels, legal pathways. What is this need?
What is this closure people are talking
Why?
about? So a friend of mine says, things don't happen to you, things just happen. So when somebody wrongs you and you're seeking closure, I think you have all the closure you need. I think seeking closure is coming from a place of, why did you do this to me? Why did you, after everything we had been through, why would you do that to me?
Denial is not just a river.
So I think the closure you need, you already have it. They did that to you. That is who they are. Accept it for what it is. If they think if they wanted you to know more about what they did, they could have told you. But if they cheated on you, what closure do you need? If they lied to you,
why did you cheat on me?
Why did you cheat on me? They cheated. They are a cheater. That is who they are.
It is not a you problem.
It is not you, it is them. It is not you, it is them. So the whole issue of closure, I think you have all the answers with you. Just dig deeper, look at everything they did. Everything will add up eventually. And on the issue of forgiving yourself, that is a very tough issue, because guilt is one of the shadows Carl Jung talks about. And it walks with you. There's something about disappointing yourself. Maybe you had planned, this is how I wanted to do this. This is the type of person I am. But because of how life is not linear. You end up doing something contrary to what you had expected of yourself. Now you have to work with that guilt every day. But forgiving yourself is a decision you have to make. It's a choice you have to make, not once, but every single time. I saw a quote that says, I forgive myself today, and I forgive myself again and again. And every time I remember, I will forgive myself again. It is not just a one-time decision. It is something you have to choose over and over again. Yes. Thank you.
That's so deep. All right, one last time, ladies. How can we find you on social media? Yeah, and that your handle is social. Yes, just that.
Oh yeah, I'm a very active person on social media.
Okay.
Currently on matters politics, Gen Z, and again just having fun and entertainment. So my social media handles are Jamil Blanche on TikTok, same as Facebook and Instagram. Actually, munifollow on TikTok nifikisha 1,000 subscribers. Niweze kuuzia water, essence water. Okay.
All right, and?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at definitely Yvette, DEF __ full stop Yvette, YVETTE. I'm an aspiring content creator, so you guys can follow me on TikTok, Yvettified. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, so it has been lovely. And if it was funny, you can laugh. If you were triggered, you can cry. But baby, that is growth.
Hey, and growth is very uncomfortable.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you for
yes.
And honestly, I feel like our parting shot would be if stages of grief. Now, when we start saying things like sorry, I'm sure tunaingiza emotions that kind of feel like or are grief, and grief has stages. And the first one is usually denial. Mimi kama unaweza eka all your efforts in that just finishing denial. Juu ukishamaliza denial, that's it.
The rest is a work in the
it's going to be painful still, but the rest you ushakubali tu. It will stop you from doing insane things like going to someone's new girlfriend's house to ask why they are with your man, and your man is no longer your man. So let's avoid insane things today, all right? At Y254 Facebook, Y254 channel on X, hashtag has been and will continue to be even tomorrow, Y in the morning. Thank you for allowing me to grace you and your screens from 7 all the way to 10 a.m. Now, tomorrow, I will see you, inshallah, for hashtag Thursday Vibes. But in the meantime, please do keep it here on Y254 for our normal programming. Hutakuwa disappointed, watu band, okay? From myself and our team, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.